Today we're going to discuss the concept of scale. If you're following along in your textbook, we're on page 11. Scale is defined as the relative size to which an object is drawn. Why is that important? Well, in the example we see on your screen, we're looking at a floor plan of a bathroom. That tub is 5 feet long. 5-foot long tub won't fit on our sheet. Therefore, we need to use a scale drawing to fit the appropriate information on the sheet. Different scales are used to show the appropriate information. For example, this drawing is showing the Washington Monument. On the right, we have an overall view showing the entire structure. At the top left, we're zoomed in on the tip of the monument, showing the appropriate information for that specific part. They are at different scales. How do you know what scale your drawing is at? For this example, I am using sheet 1 of the brick veneer residence from your textbook. So open up this sheet and let's see what scale the drawings are at. There's usually 2 places to look. One is in the title block. So let's scan this title block. Does it say what scale the drawing is at? Yes, right here it says scale as shown. Well, that doesn't help. So now let's look at the individual drawings. Here we have the floor plan, and the scale of this floor plan is shown as 1/4 inch equals 1 foot. Okay, this is a very typical floor plan scale. There are other drawings on this sheet. This is the foundation plan, and it is called out as, it's a basement plan. It's called out also as 1/4 inch equals 1 foot. There's one more drawing on this sheet, and it is a typical basement column. So this is a detail, and it's drawn at a larger scale, as if we were zooming in to this specific area in the building. So this typical basement column is drawn at 1.5 inches equals 1 foot. This is a typical architect's scale. Looks like this. And there are multiple scales on it. If you look at the end over here, it will tell you what scale. So for example, this 1 is full scale. If you held up a regular ruler, it would match. This is exactly 1 inch right there. Okay. This piece right here, I'll turn it over so you can see, excuse me, is 1/4 inch equals 1 foot. Here we have 3 inches equals 1 foot. So you can see they've made it this way so that multiple scales can be all in one device. When you're looking to buy a scale for yourself, make sure that you get the architect's scale, which is in these typical formats, rather than the engineer's scale, which is in a completely different format. Here we have an example of a simplified floor plan. Let's see if we can use the architect's scale to measure the doors and the windows of this plan. First of all, let's zoom in. Take a look. This drawing is at 1/4 inch equals 1 feet. And for this particular example, they have handily given you a grid so that 1 square equals 1 foot. So let's take a look at this door. This is a door symbol right here. And that door is 1, 2, 3 feet wide. Now, pulling in our architect's scale, find the 1/4 inch scale. Then line up the scale so that the 0 is at one edge of what you're trying to measure. Count from there, 1, 2, 3 feet. That door is 3 feet wide. Let's try measuring this window. Here's the window. Let's use the grid. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grids wide, so it's 6 feet wide. Measuring with the scale, we take the 0, we line it up with one edge, and we measure over 2, 4, 6 feet. Okay, don't get confused by the other numbers. That 92 is from the other end of the scale where we're measuring with an 1/8 scale. Let's try something that doesn't come out to an even number of feet. On this simplified drawing, the only thing that doesn't come up to another even number of feet is the width of this wall. So let's zoom in, take a look. To measure inches, you want to use this side of the scale. Okay? Take the 0, align it with one edge, and measure like a ruler. So this would be 12 inches. Halfway here is 6 inches. So taking a look at here, that is 8 inches wide. The wall is 8 inches wide.